Hey guys, welcome back to the Cool Classic Kid Show, and today we're talking about Xbox because over the course of the night, gaming Twitter burned to the ground. What seems like a coordinated effort between both The Verge and, if I'm not mistaken, Xbox Era. You know what? Let's just bring up the news articles and cut to the chase, guys. Because apparently Xbox Era claims that Microsoft plans a Starfield launch for the PlayStation 5. And then at the same time, The Verge released an article saying Microsoft weighs launching Indiana Jones on the PS5. Um, this is this I think was the straw that broke the camel's back with with Xbox for Xbots, man. We've had Tim Dog here, and guys, I was at work listening to this while playing Persona 3 on my Steam Deck, mind you. This was the most mental midget of gatherings I've ever seen in my life. You know what? I just have to go with the title I gave it because that is just the perfect way to describe this ridiculous Twitter gathering. The community's burning, guys. During this Twitter space, I've heard all sorts of absolute nonsense. People that are coming out, and particularly Tim Dog to start, but also a lot of other individuals, a lot of these corporate cocksuckers, basically express their regret for being a corporate cocksucker. And look, guys, I don't feel any sympathy for you. All these people in the community claim to be they're all about the games. No, you're not all about the games. You're all about what you can boast about that other people don't have. And guess what? We're coming to a situation where Xbox is weighing the reality of going truly, I guess, multi-platform, even though they're already multi-platform, but essentially putting their games everywhere for everyone to be able to experience because, well, games are costly for whatever reason. I have a hard time believing Redfall is indeed costly, but games are costly. Stuff like Starfield was in development for like a decade or something like that. And I'm sure that there's definitely a lot of people on the PlayStation platform that would buy Starfield. I really think that Microsoft took a look at the Steam sales for Starfield. I think they were really expecting their well, I guess their their subscription service being Game Pass to really pop off. And what they noticed was, hello and behold, people would rather own their games. I personally went the route of buying the most expensive version of Starfield on Steam because I knew even if I didn't like Starfield, which I did, it's a severely flawed game, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed it a lot more in Fallout 4, but I knew that even if I didn't like Starfield, like all the other Bethesda RPGs, some of which I love, some of which I hate, some of which are in between, I would still end up putting like 200 hours into it, at least 150 hours into it. I put like at least 150 hours into Fallout 4 and to establish that I hated it. And you know what? It's one of those things where I want to like those games. And low-key, I kind of want to give Fallout 4 another try this time on PC instead of on my PS4 Pro where it ran like complete total shit. But I digress. So for me, it's more important for me to own my games, especially if I know for a fact I'm going to put a good amount of time into them, or I know for a fact I'm going to find something to love about them. That's why I chose to buy Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I put a good amount of time into it, I think over 50 hours, and I enjoyed it for what it was. Instead of buying it on Game Pass, I bought Sea of Stars because I knew I'd love a game like that, instead of playing it on Game Pass or playing it on PS Plus, whatever the fuck have you, tier. But yes, I think that Microsoft realizes that, yeah, people still would rather own their games. And you have those that do the subscription service, excuse me. I engage in Game Pass here and there. It's not something that I take part in constantly, But when I feel like there's some games here that I would definitely run with some homies, I wouldn't want to go out of my way to pay full price for, but hey, we can run this, we can run that. There's a couple of things I want to try that I'm curious about, but not willing to put forth to fit the bill for. When I find like a few of those games, yeah, I engage in Game Pass. But as for, being a consistent member of Game Pass, that just isn't a thing for me. Even if PC Game Pass happens to be the least expensive version, which is the version I choose to get, because really my Xbox personally, being that I have a far superior PC, is essentially a paperweight that has some 360 games on it that I don't want to get rid of. So I'll keep my Xbox Series X for that, but for everything else, don't really care personally. Now, when it comes to, well, the corporate slaves that are feeling some, they're very upset about this. They really, in their mind, see this as, oh, my enemy is getting my games now. Meanwhile, they're okay with motherfuckers on Steam buying the games and PC players having PC Game Pass. But no, the PlayStation dudes getting their games, that's a big, big no-no. And with the rumor of Sea of Thieves as well as Hi-Fi Rush also coming to these platforms, there are definitely Xbox dudes that are claiming they're walking away from Xbox. To me, this is on, just them getting out of line, just being a little extra. But at the end of the day, are they really going to become PlayStation dudes? I highly doubt that. I think that they're just making a ruckus for now, to show let's give it to Microsoft for possibly putting our games on the enemy's platforms, so these weirdos think. And mind you, this is all rumors and speculation. Nothing here is confirmed. Nothing. And they are already losing their shit. Kids Move out here, mad as hell, asking for an artist to make him new graphics to wipe that Xbox stench off of his profile. All these people just coming together to cope together on rumors and nothing confirmed. And really, I also have to talk about the ponies, because they're just as pathetic. They spent like a year saying Starfield was either going to be garbage or is ass. Now they're over here cheering that it's coming to PlayStation, just to rub it in the face of Xbox dudes, just to end up not buying it, because, well, PlayStation dudes like to pretend they like to buy their games, but they don't really like to buy their games either. And overall, man, this experience is just ridiculous. I think that there's a lesson to be learned here, guys. Don't be a corporate slave. It's really that simple. Don't be a corporate cocksucker. I was like team Xbox 360 back when I was in high school, before I was an adult. And I would definitely piss on PS3 for a long time. Simply because, well, I got a PS3 early on, and it was really bad early on. So yeah, I pissed all over and sullied PS3 and PS3 players in my class back when I was in high school. But, then I grew up. Like this is ridiculousness. And the fact that they really feel that they have been betrayed by one of the biggest corporations in existence in modern days, you have no one to blame but yourself. And PlayStation dudes don't think that, oh, well, you guys are all good over there too. PlayStation will sell you down the river just as easily as Microsoft has sold their Xbox gamers down the river. And we keep telling you, man, PC Master Race, PC, where you have the ultimate control in comparison to everyone else, and you guys constantly try to downplay the PC platform, but guess who's not over here crying the blues? Yes, us on PC, we're not crying the blues. We're laughing at you mental midgets crying and fighting and arguing and on your nonsensical 7-hour Twitter spaces, just ranting and raving and just acting a fool for things that you should have known better to have committed to in the first place. You weirdos that have essentially created your entire personality, your entire internet personality around a mega corporation's console, you are the biggest losers. Even prior to this, you were always losers. But yeah, guys, this has been an interesting turn of events. We're going to have an amazing stream this Thursday, 8 p.m. EST. I'm going to have fun laughing at the absolute buffoonery that happens to be the fallout of these rumors. And you know what's sad, really, is that the new Xbox president, Sarah Bond, she's the one that I think is going to be the one being put up to fail, to break this news, if it happens to be true. Obviously, it's still a rumor, but it seems like she's being set up to be the most hated person over at Microsoft. And if that's the case, I kind of feel bad for her. But hey, man, mega corporation got a mega corporation. At the end of the day, people like to own their games, and I think Microsoft is coming to the reality of that. And unless, well, I guess all the subscription services suddenly disappear, I guess it'd be hard for a subscription service to be the only dominant feature of a major player or a major publisher in this industry, because Game Pass hasn't really grown to the numbers that Xbox was hoping that it would. And I just don't think that they've had the consistent amount of releases. I don't know, man. I don't know if Xbox is really going to put their games on PlayStation. I think that they would make some money if they did. They would lose like 30%, but I mean, really, the Xbox console, there just really isn't much use for it. And even if there was, I mean, whatever, man. I constantly see all this anecdotal evidence of people constantly moving over to PC, and I don't really see that being the other way around. And really, the only interesting console that I think is going to be, that has my attention at least, is the Switch 2, because, well, Nintendo's gonna Nintendo, and Nintendo, for all their faults, always have fun games that pique my interest. So, yeah. But guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. It's been a wild overnight. You guys really made my time at work fun to listen to you idiots. So thank you, idiots, for that. Appreciate y'all. If you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitter or Kick if you'd like to continue the conversation. Got a merch store. Check it out in the description below. And with all being said, I'm out. Peace.